Let's go on to YouTube. I'm going to give you guys a little rundown of a DuraCoat project. I'm going to be DuraCoating my ugly gray mil-spec AR-15 magazines. What you're going to need is obviously a magazine, sandpaper. You're going to need rubbing alcohol and a rag to wipe it down to get it dust free when you're done, and a little tool to help disassemble your magazines. Once you've got it all cleaned up, ready to go, you're going to need DuraCoat. I've got Magpul Flat Dark Earth here. Comes with hardener as well. You're going to need a spray gun. This is called Basic Spray Gun Set by Badger. I got it at Michael's for just over $30. Also, you're going to need some measuring spoons to get the right amount of chemicals to make the proper mixture. You're going to need some personal protective equipment. You're going to need a ventilator mask, or even a regular cheap paper mask will work. Some rubber gloves, and to clean up or possibly thin your DuraCoat if it is too thick, you're going to need paint thinner. Alright, first step, you're going to need to prepare your magazine. So obviously an unloaded magazine, you're going to remove the base plate. A small screwdriver helps in that. Watch your spring doesn't come out on you. And the follower. Set this aside, you're not going to paint it. Right now, you're just going to sand this down lightly so the DuraCoat can apply to it properly. Take your sandpaper. I'm not sure what grit this is, but I know it's pretty fast. You're going to move it in circles. As you guys can see, I cut away for a minute. I am doing 5 magazines right now. Took me about 5 minutes to prep all 5 of these, including the base plates. As you can see, your hands are going to get extremely dirty. So at this time, I'm going to cut away again, wash my hands, simply wipe these down with regular 70% rubbing alcohol to have them cleaned, and then we're going to start spraying. A side note, when you're wiping your magazines down to clean them with some rubbing alcohol, is to wear rubber gloves, because if you don't, the oils in your skin will leave marks on here. Whether you can see them or not, you will have oil on there. And when you spray them with the DuraCoat, it will not lay properly, and it's going to give you a crappy result. Alright, now I'm going to mix my DuraCoat paint with the hardener in the jar. I'm not going to get into specifics on what the measurements are. When you get your DuraCoat, it will say it in there. One thing I will note is that you need to shake this for a while. There's a little ball in there to assist you, but make sure that you can hear your ball rattling before you even try and pour it in. Now, when you're applying your DuraCoat to your magazines, you want to make sure that you keep an even distance from the tip of your spraying point to the magazine, you keep that distance at anywhere from 6 to 8 inches. And because if you get too close, you're going to get a lot of runs. Also, you want to do nice smooth pattern, making sure that you overlap past the magazine. That way you have a better chance of getting full coverage across everything and not too much in one area and not enough in another. Also, as you can see, I just took some wire, and lucky enough where I was spraying is a drop ceiling, so I just ran the wire from the drop ceiling down to about mid-chest level, eye level. That way I could get all angles of the magazine without having to wait for the paint to dry and flip it over. And so basically, if you can hang your parts, whether it be a magazine or gun parts, whatever you're DuraCoating, if you can hang it like I'm doing here, it's going to make your job a lot easier and a lot less time consuming. From start to finish on these magazines, I did anywhere from 5 to 7 coats. In between those coats, I only waited 2 to 3, maybe 5 minutes on each one because it was an extremely light coat. DuraCoat suggests that you let a product that's just been painted sit for 2 to 3 hours before you fully handle it. But with light coats and good ventilation, it is dry to the touch if you're careful in just a few minutes. Alright guys, as you see here, I've got my Bushmaster MOE M4, all Magpul equipment on there, in flat dark earth. That is why I DuraCoated in flat dark earth. I have a standard military issue 30 round magazine here in that ugly silver, doesn't match or anything. So the reason I DuraCoated was for cosmetics. Here is a finished magazine. It looks a little bit light here on camera, through the viewfinder anyway, but in person it is an exact match. So it's a cosmetic thing, but I think it looks well worth the effort. It wasn't a lot of work to do it. You can see there, an original versus a DuraCoated. So judge for yourself if it's worth it. I think it was a good little project. So hope you enjoyed the video. I've done now 12 of these magazines, DuraCoated. If you have any questions, hit me up and comment below. I will do my best to answer. Shouldn't be a problem. Or you could send me a PM and I will definitely answer. Hope you guys learned something. If you need something else, like I said, let me know. And most importantly, have a great day.